we're back home in MURRELLS Inlet, South Carolina.
That's right, and we're planning a home improvement project. Let us show you.
So back when this house was first built in 2010, everything was earth tones. So you've got brown, 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 brown.
It's brown.
So now it's time for an update.
That's right, so we decided to lighten things up a little bit. And what we're gonna do is replace the countertops with something on a lighter scale. White with a little bit of brown and maybe a little bit of gray. And we're also gonna replace the backsplash. This is going away and it's gonna become a white subway tile. Now we'll take you through the process of how we did it. And so if you live in this area and you're thinking of doing the same thing, this may give you some ideas, or at least show you the process.
So the first step is to find your company. Check the reviews, go on recommendations, and then once you pick that, you go down and you pick out your countertop and your backsplash.
All right, let's go. After doing some online research, we went with Granite Depot, located in MURRELLS Inlet, right off of 707. In their showroom, they had a great selection of quartz and granite countertops from various manufacturers. You can also pick your sink and even your backsplash. The sales associate was very helpful, and she helped us pick out the quartz countertop that we were looking for. Now, the reason we picked a quartz countertop is because it's stain resistant, and you don't have to seal it like you do with granite. These quartz countertops are made in a factory. It's a combination of 90% crushed quartz with resins and pigments all mixed together and made into a slab. Now, after we picked out our slab, the salesperson came to our home and did some measurements of our current countertops and also the backsplash. She then provided us with a written estimate, and after we agreed to the price, she sent out a gentleman to do the template. He carefully measured the current countertops so that the new countertops would fit like a glove. The measurements are then taken back to the store where the slab is cut to turn it into a countertop. Hey, good morning. Well, it's been a little less than 2 weeks since we started this project, and today is demo day. They're going to be taking out the old countertops, disconnecting the plumbing, and then later this afternoon installing the new countertops. And we believe that the backsplash will be done the following week. So we'll get some shots and we'll see how this process goes. The installers arrived right on time, again with the plan to demo and then install the countertops. As part of the demo, they do disconnect the water lines from under the sink. The crew of two quickly got to work, ripping out the old backsplash and taking off the old countertops. In about an hour and a half, the demo was done, and it was out with the old and in with the new. Then they went to work installing the new countertops. At first, they just checked to make sure they fit correctly, and then they went back and secured them with adhesive. Now we only have one seam, and they use this machine that you see in front of you to make the seam less noticeable. So they've been here for about 3 hours and they got a lot done, just doing some of the finishing touches. And they do some grinding on site here to make things fit perfectly. And of course they will cut out the holes for your faucets. Now the one thing they don't do is they don't re-hook up your plumbing, but that's easy to do. You could do it yourself, or you could always have a plumber come in, but I'm going to do it myself. It looks pretty simple. All right, so they're done for the day. The first stage is done. Took them about maybe 3.5, 4 hours to do this, to do the demolition and put on the new countertops. So the new countertops are on, and then on Monday, in about 3 or 4 days, the backsplash guy is going to come and put the backsplash. But you can see there's a new sink. And then after this dries in 24 hours, I'll be hooking everything back up, putting in a new garbage disposal. And we're happy with the look so far. Much brighter than what we had before with the brown. Okay, so it's been 24 hours and I installed the new faucet and the garbage disposal. The faucet can be found at Home Depot. It's a Pfister faucet. And what's nice, what I like, is when you pull this down, it actually has a magnet, which really snaps it back into place, which is great. And it was pretty easy to hook up. I mean, the connections are easy, just screw into the water line. And then we did pick up also a new garbage disposal. The one that was in there was about 10 years old, and they don't last that long, maybe 10 years. So this one also is from Home Depot. The brand was, I believe, Glacier, and it's a half horsepower, $99, which is a good price. Very easy to hook up. Anybody can do it. And then hooked up the plumbing, which is very easy, and we're all set to go. And one thing that we like is how quiet this new garbage disposal is. Listen to this. So the last step will be the backsplash, and that's going in on Monday, and then we'll be completely done. Now, a quick follow-up. I noticed last night that I had put the P-trap in backwards. The longer piece should be up closer to the garbage disposal. I had it the other way around. Wasn't leaking or anything, but I realized that my brother-in-law actually saw it and said, "Hey, I think it's on backwards, too low." So I switched it around and everything seems fine. All right, good morning. Today's the day for the backsplash to go on. Let's see how this goes. So we're hoping there won't be any issues with the wall here. It did get pretty beat up because the tile was really on there. It's a little irregular, and hoping they can put the tile right over this. The tile installer arrived, he assessed the wall, and said it would be fine. He covered up the new countertops, set up his plan for attack, and then went to work. The tiles are adhered to the wall with a thin set adhesive, with plastic spacers in between so that they are lined up correctly. After waiting 24 hours, you can then grout the tile. Okay, so the tiling is done. It looks great. It's been 24 hours, so now it's time for the grout. We chose a white grout to match the tile to give it a bright, clean look. And the process took an entire afternoon. The next step was to apply caulk to the top, the bottom, and the sides to give it a seamless look. The product they used was a ceramic tile caulk, which comes in various colors and can be found at Home Depot.
So it's finally done, and here's the big reveal.
So Sue, what do you think?
I love it.
Looks much better than it did before. And did you like working with Granite Depot?
Yeah, they did a great job, very professional.
They were, and they were quick. I mean, the whole project was done within 3 weeks. Their salespeople were helpful. The guys that came out that worked here were very nice. And the cost seemed reasonable. It was around, what, $9,600 for the whole thing?
I think so.
And that was for the new countertops and for the backsplash, for the material and for the install. So we're happy with Granite Depot, so I'd say give them a try. It's Sue approved, right?
Yes, it is.
So until next time, safe travels.